seeing the ocean.
White beach.
Beautiful.
So we're just on the shore. And the waves are really powerful.
Very good. Tell me more.
There's a palm tree. The water is warm.
Yes. Look down at the water and look down at your feet. See your feet. What do they look like?
They look big.
Describe your feet for me, please. What color is the skin?
They're tan, but they're not like human feet.
Yes, describe that for me.
They just seem to have engorged toes, and it's like it almost reminds me of Frank Flintstones or Flintstones.
Like Fred Flintstone. Very good. So I want you to look up your body, acclimate yourself into this body, and describe your legs for me. What do they look like?
Skinny legs.
Skinny legs. Are you wearing anything on them?
No, it's just my skin.
Very good. And now look up your body. What does your body look like?
It's strange.
Describe the strangeness.
I'm wearing some kind of an outfit on the outside covering. It's like material. But it's very thin.
Thin material. Very good.
You can't see through it.
Do you know what it's made out of?
It's kind of a not cotton, but kind of a cotton polyester type material, it seems.
What color is it?
It's blue.
It's blue. Very good. And is it covering your torso?
It is.
Very good. So I want you to feel that body as you acclimate into it. Does your body feel male or female?
That's strange, but I feel like a unisex.
So it feels gender integrated, neutral. Very good. And now describe the rest of your body. Do you have arms?
I do have arms.
Very good. Feel your arms and describe them for me.
My arms feel closer to the human arm, but the hands are again accentuated, larger than normal. They're almost bigger than the body, you know, in comparison.
And do you have fingers?
Yes, the hands are closer to what the feet are like. They're bigger, longer.
How many fingers do you have on your hands?
I have 5. It's shaped the same as a human hand.
Very good. Now describe the head, your head and your neck and your face. How does that feel to you?
Almost kind of lizard-like.
Very good.
It's weird.
Yes. So describe, what do your features feel like? Is there a nose?
I think so.
Is there a mouth?
There is a mouth.
What size is the mouth?
The mouth is bigger than it's wider. It kind of goes like my mouth goes from my ear to my ear almost.
Very good. From ear to ear. Do you have any hair on your head?
No hair.
No hair. Are you wearing anything on your head?
I'm not sure if it's a part of me or not, but it's like almost a crown shield type covering.
Very good. I want you to acclimate yourself into this body. Do you feel like you have an age?
I'd say I'm middle-aged, maybe a little older than. I feel wise.
Feel wise. Very good. So I want you to look around you and tell me, is this your home we're in this water and these palm trees?
It feels like home.
And so I want you to go to your home. Go to your home and describe where you live.
I mean, it's just being out on the beach and being with the ocean, white sand.
Do Do you live outside in
I
this
think
nature?
I do, yes.
Do you have family here? Feel that out. Turn on all your senses.
I don't feel family.
Do you have a community or a tribe, perhaps?
Yes, there are others like me.
Very good. I want you to see the others, arrive with the others, and describe the first one that comes into your mind's eye for me.
It's a younger.
A younger being.
And there is a female here.
There's a female. Describe the female.
Or she seems more feminine. I do think I love this person or this thing.
Yes, this being. So describe her for me. What does she look like?
I feel attracted to her. So maybe I was a male. I don't know, but I do feel attracted to her.
So does she feel like she's your partner? And what do you call her? Hear the first thing that comes into your heart.
Shauna?
Very good. Shauna. When I say Shauna, does that feel true?
Yes.
Very good. What does she call you? Feel it in your heart. First thing.
Mangor.
Thank you. Mangor. When I say Mangor, does that sound true?
It does.
Very good, Mangor. So, who are you and Shauna together? Are you partners? Are you a couple?
I think we have a child together.
Thank you. Tell me about this child.
He's quite young. He's maybe only a couple years old.
What do you call him? Hear it in your heart.
I don't know why, but I'm thinking Thiessen.
Thiessen. When I say Thiessen, does that sound true? Trust the first thing. That is the truth. Describe Thiessen for me, please.
Very excitable.
Yes.
Happy.
Very excitable and happy. Very good. And describe where you and your family live. Where do you live in this space?
We just live in the bush.
Very good. And how do you live in the bush? Describe a day. Take me on a day with you and your family. What do you do here?
When the sun comes up, we're heading for the sun to go lay out on the beaches.
And why do you lay out in the sun and on the beaches?
It makes us feel good.
Very good. And what else do you do then? What do you do after you take in the sun?
We go in the water to cool off. Climb out.
Very good. Then what next?
Eat the greens.
Tell me about eating the greens.
There's leaves that we like to eat.
Describe the leaves.
They're thick. They're small, like maybe only a couple inches wide and thick and deep. But there's a lot of them, and they're really thick.
Good. I want you to take a bite of one of these leaves and describe what it's like to eat this.
They're not easy to eat because of the way my mouth is.
So do you have to chew it for a while?
In a way, yeah. We chew it. You chew it to break up the leaf.
You chew it to break up the leaf? And does it taste good to you?
No.
No, it doesn't taste good. Do you know why you eat them then?
It's what we eat.
It's what you eat. Is there anything else that you eat besides the leaves?
Little bugs.
You eat little bugs. Tell me about that.
These little wormy, we collect those. I don't even know where we collect these, but I can picture these they're like little wormy larvas.
Yes. And so what is it like for you to eat them? Are they enjoyable?
I do enjoy it, but I just can't picture the taste.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And now tell me what you do next after you eat the leaves and the little larva.
I just kind of hang out in the sun all day.
Yes. How many of you are there? Is it a large group or medium or small?
8 maybe altogether.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to see the 8 family members. There's your partner, Shauna, and there's your child, Beeson. Who else is there? Allow them to come forward.
These are just, they're not related to me.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Do you feel connected to them?
I do.
Mm-hmm. So allow one of them to come forward and tell me who that one is. Who's the first one that comes forward to you?
It's a male.
Very good. Describe this male to me.
He is actually more like a lizard on the ground.
Very good. What does he look like?
He's like a big lizard that you would see in Mexico.
Now I want you to describe his eyes for me. What do his eyes look like?
They're a deep kind of a brownish green with a slit down the middle of the eye.
I want you to look deeper into his eye and connect with him soul to soul. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Do you feel familiar with him? Does he seem familiar in your current life? Do you know him?
No.
Very good. What do you call him? What's the first thing you hear in your heart?
Mike.
Very good. And what is your connection with Mike in this community? What does he represent to you?
Peace.
Very good. Peace, peace. Now I want you to see your partner, Shauna, and look into her eyes and describe them for me.
All right, she's a different species like me.
What species are you?
I don't know.
Describe Shauna's eyes for me.
They are more lizard-like, but they're different than they're whiter. The eyes are not more round.
Very good. And look deeper into her eyes and connect soul to soul. Do you know Shauna in your current life? Is she familiar?
It's not connecting.
Very good. And now I want you to connect with Thiessen, your son, your child. Describe his eyes for me.
Same roundness.
Yes.
But there's so much more life in his eyes.
So look deeply into his eyes and connect soul to soul. Is he familiar to you?
He is.
Who comes to mind?
Wyatt.
Very good. Very good. So now I want to close this scene and go forward into the next most important moment in this life as Magor. Arrive there now and describe the first thing that you see. What's happening? Describe what you see.
We're just going out and going swimming in the ocean.
And describe what that's like swimming in the
I
ocean.
love swimming in the ocean.
Tell me about that.
I mean, we could swim, and I feel like I was part of the water.
Yes, what color is
connected to the water. It's a beautiful, kind of a green, blue, salty water.
Wonderful. And what do you do when you're swimming in the water? How do you swim?
Glide.
Mm-hmm. How does your body feel when you're in the water?
Like it belongs.
Mm-hmm. And so I want you to describe what you find under the water. What's under there?
Lots of little animals.
Describe them.
Fish.
Mm-hmm. Connect with the fish. What do they look like?
There's yellow, blue, multicolored, black and white, eels.
Very good. Connect with them telepathically, mind to mind. What do they communicate to you?
That I do belong there.
Yes. Very good.
That I am a part of this community.
Yes. And now ask them telepathically where this place is. Where are you? What do you call it? Trust the first thing that you feel and know.
I'm going to say Mexico.
Very good. Trust that. Very good. And now let's advance this scene and let's go to an important moment. Arrive there and tell me what's happening. Where are you? Describe what you see. Any images and colors. The more you talk, the more you will see. What does it look like around you?
I see red.
Very good. What shade of red?
More like a pink red.
Tell me more. Keep describing what you see.
It's like I just see this, it's a light, and it looks almost like a skeleton head, which is really strange, but it's what it is.
Just describe it. See a skeleton head. What else do you see? What does the skeleton head look like?
It's got deep sockets.
Tell me more.
It's got a big skull.
Yes. How do you feel about the skull, the skeleton?
I don't feel anything bad or good. It is what it is.
Very good. Keep describing. Describe what's happening now.
It keeps morphing into other things.
Tell me what it's morphing into. Describe all of that.
There's a bird.
Tell me about the bird. Describe it for me.
These are more shapes, like a parrot kind of a shape.
Tell me more. Keep describing.
Now I see like in Africa, like, the side of a face of a painted person that lives in the wood or in the forest of Africa.
Tell me more about that person.
Painted stripes down the side of his face. Big lips.
Yes.
A headdress.
Describe his eyes. What do they look like?
They're dark.
Look deeply into his eyes and connect soul to soul. Does he feel familiar to you? connect heart to heart.
Yeah, like my brother Steve, almost.
Mm-hmm. Very good. He feels like your brother Steve. Ask him telepathically, mind to mind, why he's there, showing himself to you. Trust the first thing that he communicates.
Show me.
What does he want to show you? Ask him. To show me what?
Show me what?
Allow him to communicate that to you. What does he want to show you?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So allow a picture to come forward from him. Ask him to show you a picture. And trust the first picture that comes forward. The more you talk, the more you will see. Describe what you're seeing. It will become clearer when you do.
It's back to the red.
Very good. So let's close this scene. Let's depart from the red. And I want you to go to the next most important moment in Mangor's life. Arrive there now and share with me the very first thing that you see.
A tiger.
Very good. Tell me about the tiger.
Very powerful.
Mm-hmm. Describe it in detail.
He's big, lots of hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually gentle in spirit.
It's gentle in spirit. And connect with the tiger, soul to soul. What is the tiger communicating to you?
Just because you're powerful doesn't mean you have to be powerful. You can still be gentle. You can have that power, but you don't need to use it in a bad way.
Mm-hmm. And so ask the tiger if you have used your power in a negative way. And allow the first response.
No, it's not. I don't think that's what he means. I think what he's telling me is that if I do have power, then I can use it for the good.
Mm-hmm. And so ask the tiger if he's a guide for you, if he's one of your spirit animal guides.
I think so.
Does it feel true? And ask this tiger spirit guide if he has a name that you can call him by. Trust the first thing.
Saul.
Saul. When I say Saul, does that sound true?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now, please ask Saul why he's showing you images of Africa. Have we gone into an African life?
I don't know.
Ask Saul if you have lived in Africa. Trust the first thing that he shares with you.
Yes.
Very good. Now, ask Saul to show you a powerful African life that you've lived. And describe for me the first thing that you see.
I see a boy with a spear.
Very good. Describe that boy with the spear for me in detail.
He has long hair. black, fine hair. I mean, it's thick, but it's very smooth.
Connect with this boy. What do you call him?
Tito.
Very good. When I say Tito, does that sound true?
Yeah.
Very good. Connect with him heart to heart. Who is he?
He has a spear that's a lot bigger than he is.
He has a bigger spear. Yes. Who is Tito to you? What's your relationship with him?
I don't know.
Ask him. Connect with him heart to heart. Trust the first things that he tells
you. He's my son.
Yes. So now I want you to look down at the ground in your mind's eye. See your feet. Describe your feet for me.
They're human feet.
Tell me more. What color is the skin?
It's a little darker.
And now describe your body for me.
Very strong, muscly. Like you could run for miles.
What are you wearing on your body?
Just something around my hips.
Describe your chest for me. How does it feel?
Strong.
Are you holding anything in your hands?
No.
Describe your face for me. How does it feel? The features.
Defined.
Do you have hair on your head?
No.
Bald head.
Some hair.
Some hair. How old does your body feel here?
It feels like I'm 30 something.
And what does your son call you? Hear it in your heart.
Papa.
Acclimate yourself into this body, Papa. Where are we? Describe what you see around you.
In the jungle.
In the jungle where? Where is this land? What do you call it in your heart?
Sunni.
Very good. When I say Sunni, does that sound correct? And I want you and your son to take us to your home. Where do you live? See it easily.
We live in a hut.
Tell me about the hut.
Something that we made from banana leaves.
Did your son help you make it?
He always helps.
Who's your family that lives here with you besides your son?
I have a wife.
Tell me about your wife.
She's beautiful.
What do you call her in your heart?
Maya.
Maya. Very good.
Mia.
Mia. When I say Mia, does that sound true? Very good. And what do you call your son?
Tito.
Tito. Very good. Is Tito the only child with you and Mia? Or are there other children?
I think there are others. I don't see them.
How many do you feel you have?
3.
3. Very good. So see your entire family here. All 3 of your children are here. Who are they? Tito? Who are the other 2?
They're boys and 1 girl. 2 boys and 1 girl.
What do you call the other boy? First thing that pops up.
Son.
Very good. And describe your daughter. What do you call her?
She looks like her mother.
She looks like her mother. What do you call her in your heart?
Pia.
Pia. Beautiful. Tell me about your life here. Sunni?
Very happy.
What do you do? What is your day like?
Collect food.
What kind of food?
Fruit.
Wonderful. Are you with a tribe?
We hunt.
You hunt. Do you live with a tribe?
I don't see another tribe, no.
It's you and your family?
We must, yeah.
Do you have a community at all? Close by, maybe?
We must, yes.
How does it feel to you? Does it feel like there's a community somewhere? Good. And now I want you to advance this scene and go into the next moment where you're with the community. See them clearly and describe them. What size are they? There are many.
There's many, yeah.
There's many. What do you call your
Probably
community?
40 or 50.
Very good. What do you call yourselves?
Maya.
When I say Maya, does that sound true?
Mayans.
Mayans. Very good. Very good. And tell me about your community, the Mayans. Tell me about them.
It's a lot of love, a lot of respect.
A lot of love, a lot of respect. I want you to see your wife. Look into her eyes. Look deeply into her eyes and connect soul to soul. Do you know her in your current life? Is she familiar?
Sounds weird, but she seems like my sister.
There's no weird. So she's your sister. And look into Tito's eyes. Connect with him soul to soul. Does he feel familiar to you?
Trevor.
Very good. Now connect with the other son. Does he feel familiar to you?
Tyler.
And connect with your daughter, Pia. Is she familiar to you?
Haley.
Very good. Now that you know you are with soul family, I want you to close the scene and go to the next very important moment in this Mayan life when something pivotal happens. Be there now. Describe for me. What's happening?
My wife dies.
Tell me more.
She got sick from something.
And what's happening? Who's around you?
Everybody is really upset.
Everybody's really upset. What happens next?
She's laying down in the hut with a blanket on her. People are trying to console her and help her with, like, cold rags or fluids, or they're kind of around her doing things to her.
Yes, and so what happens next?
And she dies.
And tell me the experience of that, of witnessing her dying.
I wasn't in the room when she died. I was outside. I couldn't take it.
Yes. So what happens next after she leaves her body?
We bury her.
And what happens after you bury her? What happens to you and your children?
We carry on, but we're not as happy.
Yes. So now I want you to close this scene and go to the next most important and revealing scene in this life, the Sunni. What's happening?
I'm getting older.
How old do you feel here?
70-ish.
And where are your children?
They have wives and family. They're still in the tribe.
Do you see them often?
Every day.
And do you have another partner at all?
No.
So what is your life like?
It's satisfying. But it's just not the same.
Yes. Very good. Now I want you to close this scene and go to the scene where you take your last breath and your body dies. Describe how you die and leave your body.
I think I die of old age.
How old are you here?
Very old.
Very good. So take your last breath in that body and rise up out of the body and describe what it's like as you rise out of the body. What do you see around you?
Spirits.
Tell me about the spirits. Who are they?
They seem to be welcoming me.
And so go with the spirits and tell me what happens.
They're very happy.
Who are these spirits? Describe them.
There's my Aunt Rosalie.
Very good.
Actually,
your Aunt Rosalie. What does she have to say to you? What's
she's
her
just
message?
so happy to see me. Mary, Grandma Mary.
Talk with Grandma Mary. What messages does Grandma Mary have for you?
She never was very close to me. She felt bad.
She felt bad. So what would you like to say to her?
She's giving me a big hug right now.
Very good. Does she have any wisdom for you?
She just is, I just feel love with her.
Very good. Who else is there for you? Who are the rest of the spirits?
Jillian and Allison.
Tell me about them.
They died very young. And they still have that youngness.
Do they have any messages or wisdom for you? Today?
Yes.
Thank you. Caroline has some questions that she would like answers to. Is this a good time to ask them?
Yes.
Very good. First of all, why did you show her a life which she described was in Mexico as this very interesting being with large hands and large feet? Was that Mexico or was that on another planet? Can you tell her where that was?
It was on another planet.
And what planet was that?
Planet called, I want to say, Syria.
Very good. Is that where she's from originally, her soul? Is that her origin?
Yes.
Is that far from Earth, or is it close by?
Very far.
It's very far. So why did she come to Earth? Can you share that information with her?
She's supposed to love.
She's supposed to love. Did she come here on her own like a volunteer, or was she called to come to Earth?
She was a volunteer.
She was a volunteer. So Dolores Cannon has explained that there are 3 waves of volunteers. What wave of volunteers is she in then?
She's in the second wave.
She's in the second wave. So she came as a volunteer to experience love? Is that why she came?
To give love.
To give love. So the planet, the star system that she's from, Syria, is there just love there?
We are very loving.
Very loving.
Everybody is very loving.
So how did she know to come to Earth then? Why would she volunteer to come here and give love? What was happening here?
Because we need love. We need more love here in Earth.
There. How many lives on Earth has she experienced so far?
Many.
Many. And so why this moment here and now? What's important about giving love here and now? What's happening?
She was put here to be an example to others.
And how is she doing in being that example so far?
She's doing okay. She's actually doing good as far as the giving of love and being an example, but she's definitely too worried about too many things.
So can you please give her wisdom about how she can love herself more?
Be nicer to herself. Be kind.
Yes.
Gentle with her thoughts.
Yes.
When it comes to her. Put herself first. And know that it's not being selfish.
Very good. It's not being selfish. Is it being self-loving?
Yes.
Is that how she gives then, is to be self-loving first?
By being self-loving, she will pass on to others that love. By being self-loving, she will not only love herself, but also love others. And that's how it will be passed on.
Yes. Why is it important for her to show that at this time?
Because she needs to know how valuable she is.
Has she experienced other lifetimes where she hasn't felt valuable?
Many.
Yes. Is that part of her karmic lesson here in this life?
Yes.
Yes. Because she wants to know what her karma is, what she feels. She wants to release insecurities and fears. She wants self-confidence and self-knowing, and she feels she has an obstacle with that. Can you give her answers to that?
Karmic lives in the past, they've come into this world.
And so does she still have karma to work through?
She needs to release some karma, yes.
What karma does she need to release? What are those specific lessons? Can you share that wisdom with her?
The past, her past lives, where she wasn't very loving.
Yes. Why did she experience those?
They're all lessons learned.
Yes. Does she hold on to them then? How can she let them go? What can she do? What kind of practice can she do to let them go?
She needs to remind herself that she is loved and she is valued.
Yes. Very good. She says she wants to know what it is that she needs to wake up to. Is it the self-love?
Yes, that's a part of it.
What else is there from that? What's the rest of it?
She needs to rise above this earthly dimension.
How can she do that?
She needs to meditate more.
So can you please share with her, so she can hear this, what the technique is or the practices of meditation and how often?
She needs to breathe deep.
Yes.
Breathe deep. Her mind races a lot. It's hard for her to concentrate on nothing.
How could she concentrate better? What would help her?
The ringing of the ears, actually, if she focuses on the ringing, it will help her.
Is that a gift you've given to her, to focus?
Yes, you could say that.
Sometimes we hear that from higher selves, that actually the ringing of the ears is something to focus on, and so it's given as a gift from the higher self. Would that be possible for her?
Yes.
Thank you. She wants to know what job she can do that she loves. She wants to work. Now, she and I talked about doing quantum healing, becoming a beyond quantum healing practitioner. Would that be a path she could possibly take?
She could consider that, yes.
She could consider it. Anything else that comes through for her that she would love to do, working with people?
She's worried about money.
Can you share with her about that? What she could do to remedy that?
I mean, she's got her Airbnb.
Is that a good thing for her?
It is.
Okay. What else? What else could she do for money?
She's got the SFM.
Tell her about the SFM. She wants to know if that is a good path for her to be on.
She needs to have patience with that.
She needs to have patience with it. What is it teaching her?
Conquering her fears.
Very good.
Of being unable to accomplish it. She will accomplish it.
She will. Very good. She wants to know what beliefs she needs to release. What's not serving her in her beliefs?
Her beliefs of pleasing or trying to feel like she's always what others think of her.
What others think of her
it doesn't matter.
It isn't important.
It's not important.
So what is important then for her to believe?
To believe in herself.
Believe in herself.
To know that she's worth doing, that she is worth it, and what she wants to do is worth doing.
Yes. She matters, doesn't she?
She's
important at this moment, isn't she?
She's very important.
She's very important. She's very powerful, isn't she?
She is.
She wants to turn on her psychic and intuitive abilities more. Can you tune into her psychic abilities? I call them the clairs, the voyance, the audience, the sentience, and the cognizance. How open are they?
They're somewhat clogged.
So where in the body are they clogged? Where's the clogs? Can you do a body scan and find the clogs for me, please, and tell me when you find them and where they are?
In her head.
Thank you. So what color frequency would you like to use in order to clear out the blocks? What color would be powerful?
Blue.
Very good. Let me know when that blue ray, that blue frequency, has cleared out the blocks.
Okay.
Thank you. And will you continue to make sure that they're cleared out?
Yes.
As long as it takes so that they're open?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Her intuitive abilities. How turned on is her intuition, her communication?
Very.
Very, very good. So that doesn't need to be turned on even more?
It could, yes.
Thank you. So what color would you like to use to turn that on even more?
Green.
Thank you. Use that green frequency and you let me know when it's even more open.
Okay.
Thank you. And do I have your agreement that you will continue to open that up even more as long as it takes?
Yes.
Thank you very much. She wants to know what her purpose is on this planet. It's self-love and to share that love. Is there any other purpose for her?
Yes, to help others.
How can she help others? In what ways?
To be a light to others.
And how can she do that? Does she do that already somewhat?
She does. More than she knows.
Yes. She has a greater impact on people than she realizes, doesn't she?
Yes.
So what else can she do in order to be a light to others? Is there any other way? Or is she already doing it?
She actually is already doing it. She doesn't even know it.
Yes. And maybe doing quantum healing and being a practitioner would also help with that.
It would.
Thank you. She wants to be open for her loving partner. She wants her man, and she would like some guidance from you on who he is and where the heck is he? Who's coming for her?
She needs to be okay with being by herself right now.
So she needs some time to self-love right now. Because she's been attracting some interesting men, but they've not been mirroring back to her the highest part of her, have they? No. So she needs to be loving with herself. And then after some time of being loving with herself, he'll just arrive.
Yes.
Will she know him right away when he shows up?
She will.
She'll know him. Is he far off? Or will he be coming in just a little while? She'd want to know that.
She needs to be patient.
She needs to be patient. So is this pause, this period right now, is about part of her learning patience?
She needs to grow within herself first.
She needs to grow within herself first. Very good. Now she wants to release her fears and her insecurities. Can we release that today, please?
Yes.
Why is she feeling insecure and fearful? Where is that stemming from?
From when she was a child.
So can we go into that key moment in her childhood? I'm going to count to 3. I'm going to tap your forehead, touch your forehead after I count to 3. And let's go into the original moment in her childhood when that started. 1, 2, and 3. How old are you here?
6.
Tell me what happened when you were 6.
I was being babysat.
Yes, tell me more.
My brothers are there. My sister was just a little baby. And I got in trouble.
For what?
I didn't think I did anything wrong.
What happened?
I got yelled at really bad and sent to my room.
What did they think you did?
I'm doing something with potatoes. I don't know. It's weird. It's like we're cutting on potatoes and they're turning purple and we're using them to stamp on paper. I don't.
Yes. And why did they yell at you?
No, the babysitter yelled at me and my brothers defended me.
Why did the babysitter yell at you?
I can't see it.
So let's talk about your feelings. How do you feel in this moment?
I just didn't think I did it. At the time, I didn't think I did anything wrong, but apparently she thought that I did.
Mm-hmm. And so she's clearly had a large impact on you. So what would you like to say to the babysitter from your heart? Get strong here and tell her the truth of how you feel.
I thought it was pretty severe. I didn't deserve the anger that you provided me.
Mm-hmm. And she's listening to you. Keep telling her what you want to tell her.
It hurt my feelings deeply.
Yeah, tell her how it's had an impact on you for your entire life.
It's affected me.
Yes. Keep telling her. What else do you want to share with her?
I do feel like I'm better than that.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I didn't. Yeah.
Keep telling her. Speak your truth.
I didn't deserve this.
Mm-hmm. She hears you. What does she say to you?
She's sorry too.
Mm-hmm. Can you forgive her for not knowing that she was making such a huge impact on a small child?
Yes.
Thank you. And can you forgive yourself for experiencing that situation?
Yes.
Very good. That dissolves the karmic lesson. Forgiveness. It's important. Very good. I want you to breathe that in. Breathe in all that forgiveness and that dissolution. And realize that you've changed the past now. She's sorry. She didn't know. You've changed it. And now you've made it easier and lighter.
Thank you.
So I want you to pick another color frequency just to heal the heart. What color would you like to use to heal that heart?
Red.
Very good. You let me know when that heart feels strong again.
Okay.
Very good. And so I'd like to go back into the white light and talk with the highest self, please. Am I speaking with the all-knowing part?
Yes.
Thank you very much. And so how does the heart look now? Does it look stronger?
Yes.
Good. No need for any of those insecurities and fears anymore. She wants self-confidence and self-knowing. What's the obstacle in clearing that? Is it from the childhood, the insecurities and the fears, or is there another origin that's blocking confidence and self-knowing?
No, it's from her childhood.
From her childhood. So do we need to do any other clearing on that? Or does it feel like that's pretty clear now?
It's more clearing.
Thank you. Find in the body where that clearing needs to happen. Where in the body does it feel blocked?
In the heart.
In the heart. And what color would you like to use? Would you like to stay with the red or use a different color?
White.
Good. And I want you to amplify that white light into the heart. Shine it really big and bright. And you let me know when that feels complete.
It's complete.
Thank you. Do I have your word that you will continue to clear that out even more?
Yes.
As long as it takes. Thank you so much. And she wants to turn her gifts and passions on more today. Now we've tuned in her psychic and intuitive abilities, but her gifts and her passions she would like to have amplified even more. Can we do that today, please?
Yes.
Thank you. What color, what frequency would you like to use to turn on the passions and the gifts more?
Red again.
Thank you. Can you shine red into the entire body and into the auric field and expand it more, please? You let me know when that is turned on.
It's done.
Thank you. And can you continue amplifying that to expand it even more? As long as it takes?
Yes.
Thank you. She has an imbalanced feeling. She thinks it's communicating with her. What is it telling her that she's not hearing?
She needs to focus more on less things, not too many things at once.
So more focus on something simple.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you help her with that? What could she focus on to clear the mind and centralize it?
She gets that feeling of being overwhelmed, like there's too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop and think of one thing only and focus on that.
Yes.
And it will help her get through it. And when she accomplishes that one thing, then she can move on to the next.
Yes. Very good. Can she do that when she's preparing to meditate, to help her to meditate more easily?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, she talked with her dad, Frank. She would like to talk with Brian today. Is Brian close by?
I don't feel him.
Okay. So, are there any other loved ones close by that would like to communicate with her today?
No.
Very good. She wants to talk with her guides and know her guides. How many spirit guides does she have?
7.
7. Does she have a main guide out of the 7?
Raphael.
Raphael. Can you tell her about Raphael?
He watches over her constantly.
How can he show her that he does? Is there a sign that he can give her that he's watching over her and is close by?
Sense of peace.
A sense of peace. Very good. And what other guides would like to reveal themselves to her so she knows who they are and can call upon them more easily?
Archangel Michael.
Tell her about Archangel Michael.
He's very powerful.
Is he her protector?
He is.
Yes, he's a very good protector, isn't he? So she can call upon him whenever she needs him if she feels unsafe. Very good. And who else are her guides?
Ariel?
Yes, Archangel Ariel. Tell her about Ariel.
Ariel sees the future. She sees wisdom.
Sees wisdom. So does Ariel help her to see wisdom?
Yes, she helps her to see wisdom.
Yes. Wonderful. And what other guides does she have? Does anyone else want to come forward? Are those all the guides that want to communicate today?
Yes.
Very good. Now she's been seeing a lot of birds in her life. They will swoop down at her. Do they have a message for her, or are they guiding her? What is their significance in her life?
To remind her of how loved she is.
Remind her of how loved she is. Why do they swoop down at her? Are they sent by her guides at all?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. She wants to know how she was more connected to you, her higher self. How can she be more connected to you?
She's always connected.
Mm-hmm.
She just doesn't realize it.
Mm-hmm. So will meditation help her even more?
Meditation would help her a lot.
Yes. Yes. She would love to release negative self-bashing and criticism. What words of wisdom can you give to her on that?
Don't let it come out of your mouth.
So speak loving words?
Yes, and every time something tries to stop yourself right there, and always think of something positive to replace it.
Mm-hmm. Her words are very powerful, aren't they?
Yes.
She manifests very quickly through her words, doesn't she?
Yes.
So when she knows that her words create things, will that help her?
Yes.
Will that stop her in her tracks so that she chooses the positive, loving words?
Yes.
Yes. Please share with her, as her higher self, how powerful she actually is.
She is more powerful than she even realizes.
Mm-hmm.
She needs to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Because what does come out of her mouth it permeates everywhere.
Yes.
So when she starts talking negatively about herself,
That creates that
it
reality,
creates
doesn't
a
it?
reality.
She has a powerful influence on others, doesn't she?
She is, but she's really good about being positive to other people.
She is.
She's just not very good about being positive to herself.
Mm-hmm. So can you share with her not just why she saw the life in Syria, in her home planet, but why did you show that to her? Just to show her her origins and the love that she comes from?
That, and just to know that she does have a lot of history,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of worldly history.
Mm-hmm. Is she an old soul?
She's a very old soul.
Is she ancient?
Ancient soul.
Mm-hmm. Has she had many lives on other planets and in
Many,
other star
many,
systems?
many lives.
Does she bring all that wisdom here into this earth life?
Yes, and she needs to tap into that.
How can she tap into that more?
By the meditation.
Meditation. And why did you show her the African life with her family and her wife dying and her sadness? What was the lesson in that?
Life goes on.
Life goes on.
It will always go on. Move on.
Move on. So that she was having attachments and that she should let go.
Yes.
Thank you. So she has, since she's had 2 children, she has incontinence. And she wants to heal that today. She has postpartum incontinence. And of course we know that goes on for a long time, even if her kids are fully grown. Can you go into the pelvic floor, please, and tell me if there's a blockage there that's keeping the tone from being strong in the pelvic floor?
There it is.
Is that from giving birth? Or
Yes.
is there another reason for that as well?
No, she has a tilted pelvic floor.
She's a tilted pelvic floor. So can you fix that right now? Is that possible?
Yes.
Can you go in and adjust the tilt? And can you adjust the muscles, please? Okay, good. Now, what color would you like to pour into the pelvic bowl to strengthen the energy, strengthen the muscles, and to keep the bones in balance? What color can you use for that?
Purple.
Purple. Very good. Shine that in there, fill it all up, and you let me know when that's very full and complete. Okay. Thank you. And can you continue healing all of that up as long as it takes, especially while she sleeps at night? Can you do that, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, her eyeballs are bloodshot, and she's got some veins bothering her at the bottoms, she showed me. What's that all about?
Just blockage.
Blockage. What's the blockage from?
From the foods.
From the foods. Okay, so can you share with her what's going to be the optimal diet for her right now? What should she be eating?
She should go back to her live food diet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's going to get a lot of energy from that, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Will that clear out her body as well?
It will.
Thank you. So, can you use a color to help clear out the blockages in the eyes right now? What color can you use?
Orange.
Orange. Very good. I want you to fill up the eyes and push out the blockages, and let me know when you've cleared the blockages with the orange.
Yes.
Thank you. And would you continue to clear any debris, anything, especially while she sleeps, every single night until it's cleared out and she can see more clearly?
Okay.
And the whites of the eyes need to be really white. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you. How are her bones?
Her bones are okay.
They're okay? Do they need to be strengthened a little bit more? Maybe a lot more?
Exercise. She needs to exercise.
What's going to be the best exercise for her?
Walking and yoga.
Walking and yoga.
At least to start.
Okay, can you remind her, please, to walk and to go and practice yoga? And she can practice it at home, too. She's got YouTube.
Yeah.
She can do free YouTube yoga. It's right there for her. Is she motivated enough to do that every day? Thank you. And every day would be best, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. That will strengthen her bones then?
It will.
Thank you. Now, she vapes. She likes vaping. Her mother smoked. Please share with her wisdom about smoking. Is she taking on her mother's smoking? Is she trying to help her mother with that?
She needs to get rid of that.
She needs to get rid of it. Why does she smoke? Can you tell her that?
It is part of, it's just a habit. She's had this for so long.
Mm-hmm.
She can get rid of this habit.
How can she get rid of the habit? What's the technique? What's the practice of it?
She has to believe in herself.
Believe in
and
herself.
know that she can do it.
And know that she can
and
do
really
it.
Want it.
Mm-hmm. So does she want to give it up?
She doesn't really want to give it up.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're her higher self. What kind of wisdom can you give her? Because it's not helping her lungs, is it?
No, it's not.
So can you go into her lungs and tell her what it is that you see in there and feel? What has the vaping and the smoking done to her lungs?
Her lungs are pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm. She's having a hard time breathing, though. She says she's a hard time getting a deep breath. Is that from?
It's from anxiety.
It's from anxiety. Let's go into the anxiety. What's the source of that?
She worries way too much.
So how can she shift out of that? What can she focus on instead?
Relaxing.
Okay. So help her to relax today. Go into the nervous system. What light would you like to use into the nervous system?
A lot of deep breathing will help her relax.
So can she practice that when she meditates every day?
Yes.
So she likes to vape. Is that something that she can continue doing, or should she quit?
She should quit.
She should quit. Thank you. So she's heard you now on the recording. I want you to do a body scan right now. Go into the body. Find any blockages if there are any. The body should look like a flowing system of light. Are there any blockages?
In her neck.
In her neck. Go into the neck. Is this an emotional blockage in the neck?
Stress.
Stress. So, what color would you like to use to calm the stress and bring peace there?
Blue.
Thank you. Shine that blue frequency into the stress to calm it, and let me know when it's complete.
Okay.
Thank you. And will you continue using that blue frequency when she sleeps, especially to continue to relax the neck?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Anywhere else in the body that looks like it needs some attention?
No, I think we're good.
Good. So something she told me when she first arrived is when she had her first QHHT session, that she saw this being. And she said she thought that it was God. Who was that being, or who is that being? Share that with her, please.
That was your higher self.
So is that you?
Yes.
Is that the image that you wanted to give to her so she could have a picture?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is this what you look like on your planet you come from? Or is it someone else?
No, it's what I look like.
It's what you look like.
In her perspective.
In her perspective. And do you have a name that you are referred to by? Or can she just think of you and feel you? And you're there.
She can.
Very good. Do you have any wisdom, any universal messages to share with her or any other light workers that might benefit from it?
Spread the love and peace through everything that you do.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what. Even when things are going to go bad or are going bad, there's always a reason to learn, always something to learn from that will bring good to it in the end. So trust that. Trust that you know that things will work out and you will get through all this. Learn to embrace the good with the bad. It will make you appreciate the good times more, and it will make the hard times not so stressful.
Very good. Any words of wisdom that you can share with everyone about the changes that are here on the planet? People are worried about that.
Don't worry. People worry way too much.
Yes.
Things always are. This is all divinely guided, and it's bigger than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
And everything will be fine. Just like birthing a baby, you're scared. You're scared about, what's going to happen and all the pain and everything. But after it's over, you forget about all that. Everything's going to be just fine, and you're all going to be better in the long run after this.
Yes. We're coming together more, aren't we?
We are.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Are there any other questions that I have not asked that need to be addressed today?
I think we're okay.
Thank you. Are we complete today?
We are complete.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you, the higher self, for sharing your wisdom and for guiding Carol today. This is a profound session for her and for me as well. And I want to ask you to come into the body even more so that Carol is embodying true universal wisdom as she is here to share so much with so many. This is her true light work. And I want to thank all of the energies, all of the personalities, and all of the spirits that have come forward today that are all an expression of Carol. And I want to ask them to be even more accessible to her so that she can refer to them and know that they're all parts of her. And as they come into her body more, she's more central, she's more focused, and more integrated, and even more conscious, more awake. And that she knows them and knows that they're all just expressions of her true self, just to experience. And as I count to 10, 1, 2, I'm calling in all of these energies even more into this body, and so that you are focused and relaxed and calm and confident. 3, 4, your body is healed and whole and youthful and very relaxed. 5, 6, you feel really wonderful in the body, and everything just flows really easily to you. 7, 8, you feel like you've had the most peaceful, easy, deepest sleep, and you feel really integrated and very, very healthy. And 9, 10, eyes open, wide awake. Welcome back.
That was weird.
That's a great response. I haven't heard that one yet. Welcome back. How do you feel?
I feel pretty good, actually.
You're just awesome.
No.
That was amazing. That was amazing. How long do you think you were on your journey? And that was quite the journey. How long did that feel to you?
Maybe like 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
You know, we love how time is just such a strange perception. You went under at 4:12 p.m. It is now 5:40 p.m.
No way.
Yeah. Yep. You were you were under for an hour and a half.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that just shows how flawed.
Seriously? Are you serious?
It's not 5:41.
Oh
it's
my
5:41,
God.
and you went under at 4:12.
Wow.
Yeah, and you went under fast because you'd already had a session. You did go under a certain amount in your first session. Let's trade up the selenite for some grounding and cooling carbon-based shungite from Karelia, Russia.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember all of it?
Somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like there's some gaps? Since there was clearly a gap in time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you remember? Because look at my notes. I write key points.
Oh my gosh.
Check out that. You saw 2 lifetimes. To remember your lifetimes? Because we're going to talk about more of it during the post-interview here, but I want to see what your
Well, I remember this weird looking, I mean, he had really big feet and really big hands. Mm-hmm. And he was like a lizard, but he was walking like a human. I do remember him. And I remember the ocean. I love swimming in the ocean.
That's why. So do you remember what you call this is your home planet?
No.
Syria. It's called Syria. I know it well.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I'm from that region as well, that area. I'm from another planet. It's in the Syrian star system, actually. It's far
Seriously?
That's where you're from originally.
Oh,
huge hands, big feet.
Really?
Do you remember that part?
I do. Well, I remember the huge hands and the big feet.
Then you saw your partner. She's Maya. Then you saw your son. Then you saw your son. Yeah, I wrote down all the details. This is why we record it, so that you can get all it.
Oh my God. Okay. I didn't know you were doing that.
That's Zoom.
Wow.
And then your brother came up as a tribal member with the spear that was huge. And we asked if it was your brother from this life. And you went into an African life as Soni.
Really?
Do you remember that?
No.
Do you remember seeing the African life? You saw your wife. All of your children are your children in that life. And your wife died.
My grandkids.
Oh, your grandchildren.
I do know it's my grandkids.
Those are your grandkids then. Yep. They're all your children as Suni.
Wow.
Do you remember some of that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. You have a strong African connection. The tiger, you saw the tiger, which is one of your animal spirit guides.
Seriously.
Remember that?
I don't remember the tiger.
You'll hear it in the recording. I'll send, I'm not going to edit the notes. I'll actually send you the rough notes.
Okay.
I'll email that to you. When they're that detailed, I usually do. I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to pause this.